What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Jersey to Vegas podcast. This is episode number 38. I'm here hanging out, and I'm going to talk about a couple things today. I'm going to talk about, I wrote on this envelope with random thoughts. So that's where, you like when you write notes, usually you put it on your phone. Nope, I put it on whatever I can find. I'm going to talk about the book and why I kind of wrote it. Not why I kind of wrote it, why I wrote it. It is out. So if you want, I have all the pre-sales, and I sent them out already. So hopefully they'll be there in due time. And then you can also find it on Amazon. I Am Not Okay by Pete Isip. I'm Not Okay by Pete Isip. If you want to go on Amazon, I just heard it's out there. So that's cool, right? And I didn't know it was. And someone told me they found it on Amazon. So thank you. My first book. I appreciate you guys for my First book done. Gio from First Book Done really made it happen. And I'll tell you a story about the book and how it started and why I really did it. And then the Krank anniversary. It is March 2022, which means Krank would have been 12 years old. Interesting, right? Kind of sad. Kind of nostalgic. But that's the way it's going to roll. Shout out to the Patreons, all of them that are still hanging out. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys have supported me with. And there's nothing more than your guys' support. So being out here alone with nothing is very tough. And having your guys' support in the podcast and everything I do is really, really appreciated. So I truly appreciate you guys, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to be part of the Patreon. So let's get to this noise here. The book. I have a copy over there, but I don't feel like getting up to get it. So I will not. But maybe I'll put a picture of it. Oh, maybe I'll put a picture of it. But if you're on the podcast listening, you can't see it, so it doesn't matter. It looks like a journal, and like with the black and white journals that you would get in like first grade in grammar school, like your first composition notebook. That was the idea behind it, because I have 1,000 notebooks that I write in, and 1,000 journals that I write in. It's never just one. I have like thousands of them around the house, in my car, in the bedroom, in the kitchen. Nat hates it. Nat completely hates that I have so many journals, because I just need a place to write. If I'm going to write, I need a place to put my ideas down if I'm going to do that, and that's where it is. So how did the book come into play? In a time of, I guess now that I understand my condition a little more, bipolar, you go through periods of mania where things make sense, then some of them are far-fetched, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because it makes you go into the direction that you're really afraid to go into. But sometimes the direction you're going into is really far-fetched, but you still go for it. And at some point during Krank, I felt very insignificant. I felt like I needed to do more. And so I contacted my friend Gio from First Book Done, and I was like, I think I'm going to write my second book, because I wrote my first book with him, and he helped me publish that one. So I was like, I think it's time to write a second book. And when I was doing it, I really didn't know what it was I wanted to do, but I kind of did. And also, I had the money to do it with, I think. I don't even think I had the money to do it with. I just kind of did it anyway. And I remember trying to do it behind Nat's back, because Nat wouldn't approve it. Like, Nat would not approve that that investment, you'd say, or that purchase. Hold on a second. So I wouldn't, she wouldn't approve that. So I kind of just hid it, and I had an idea, because I started a whole new YouTube channel called Listen Up Kid. And in Listen Up Kid, I was answering questions based off what I believe my kids would want me to answer. Because, I always say, you're not promised another day. Like, we're not. And it sucks to think that we're going to live forever, but we're not. Right? So but you never know. And I don't want it to be depressing, but it's just a fact. So I want to make sure that I developed something where my kids can listen to me talk. And that's what this book is about, right? Kind of. This book is not the full, it's right here. This book is not the full extent of it, but just this period of time where it was really hard. But when I was first writing it, I was answering questions because I want my kids to make sure if I pass, that the questions that they have and the answers that they want are coming from my mouth, right? Not from someone else's. I don't want to be a Paul Bunyan, right? I don't want to be a tall tale. I want them, whether I'm here or not, to understand that this is who I was. And this is how I felt. And these are the answers that I have for them at that point. So questions of like, how do I be cool? How do I stop bullies from bothering me? How do I, what's love? Those are different questions that I would answer on that channel. And of course, I dropped it like everything else. And I kind of kept it going a little bit. And it took too much focus away from me and Krank. So that's what always happens, right? My second project always takes me away from Krank. And I had to get back to Krank. And when doing so, it was cool. And then we lost Krank. And I realized that I still have money spent with Geo for him to make the book. So I called him back up and I was like, hey, you know that book that I started 3 years ago? You think I could finish that? Because I kind of have an idea. And this was at the worst time. This is when, it was getting bad, right? So I was like, right now the pandemic's happening. I know I'm going down. I know this is a very tough time during the pandemic. I know it's a very hard time right now. So I journal. And when I journal, truth comes out. And I talk. But the difference is in this journal is that I was also talking to them at the same time. So I would say something based off the day and then try to come back with a little message that I would give to them in that time of need or that time of hurt or that time of happiness. Some of them miss it. Some of them miss a message, but for the most part, it kind of moves. If anyone really owns a soul, I'm trying to find one, but I have to learn to be strong enough to make things matter. Yeah, it's interesting. So that's kind of how I got into writing this book and, going through the drips and drabs and editing and, all that other noise to make it happen. It happened and it's finally out. But the main thing was I don't want my kids to ever have to listen to someone else tell them about me. I don't want them to ever have to ask someone, what did my father feel in this situation? What would my father have done in this situation? No, I want them to know what their father would have fucking done in that situation if I'm not here. That's the message and the expression that I'm trying to portray inside a lot of the videos that I put out or inside my book that I write or the 2 books that I write. That's not a fucking vague ghost. You're going to understand who he is. Yeah, he's not here. It sucks. He's not here. It's terrible. It fucking really sucks and it hurts. Which God forbid, it doesn't happen, right? But if it were to happen, I want them to make sure that I'm not Paul Bunyan. I'm not a tall tale. I'm not something they know nothing about. Because you hear a lot of those stories. I never knew my father. I never knew what he did. I never knew what he was like. And that shit hurts to hear. Because we're not granted the promise that we'll be here next year. We're not granted the promise that we'll be here in 10. We hope to be, but it's not a guarantee. So, in my own depressed, dreadful way at points, it just makes sense to me that I do the thing that's needed in order for me to know that my kids will understand who I am. Or at least, if they're having a hard time, they could read the book or listen to something that's coming from my words, coming from my mouth, for some advice or for some comfort. It's hard to think that way. It's hard to think if we were gone. But why the fuck do you guys get life insurance then? You guys get life insurance because one day you know that you're going to be gone. You want them to be taken care of and your family. So why not tell them stories? Why not give them messages? Why not let them know the things that you struggle through, the things that you're having trouble with, the things that make you happy, the things that make you sad, the things that make you angry? But we don't. We stay closed up because we try to protect them. We try to protect them. Right? Protecting them from the hurt and the pain and the suffering that you've gone through, because you don't want them to go through that. I'm sure I get that. But there's got to be a point where there's truth. There's got to be a point where you're not just lying to them the whole time. There's got to be a point where you're going to tell them a story that is relevant to their situation. But a lot of us don't. We don't express it. We put a smile on their face and that's it. And we kind of pretend like we're fucking happy when we're not. And when we're sad, we're afraid to fucking say it. When you're angry, you're afraid to portray it. That rhymed. Why do we do that? Why do we hold ourselves back from who we really are? From our kids. The ones that need it the most. Our kids need it the most. They need to know you're fucking real. They need to know we're human beings and we hurt and we're happy and we're sad. But we don't want to. We have to keep a straight face and put your fucking helmet on and shut the fuck up. Be a man. Be quiet. Go to work. Put a smile on your face. No one needs to know. Bullshit. The most happiest people I know are the most depressed motherfuckers out there. Bullshit. Don't hide what it is you are. What are you going to do? Talk to them. There's ways you could communicate that without being harsh. There's ways to communicate feelings without being a dick. They deserve to know more about you. You shouldn't be a Paul Bunyan either. If you guys don't know Paul Bunyan, I don't know who he is. I remember him from like first grade, but he's like a story. He's a tall tale, what they would say. And he's apparently a giant. And I believe had a buffalo. I don't remember the whole story. So if you're going to ask me who Paul Bunyan is, ask me from 1986, because that's the last time I read it. Maybe 1987. But you don't have to be that imaginary character to them, because all they want is to know more about you. And we hide it. And it's a shame. It's a shame you don't let them see your story. It's a shame you don't let them see who you really are. We fake it. I'm not. I'm not faking it. No fucking way. It's kind of why I did the book. It's why I do my videos. I haven't had a subscriber on YouTube in 1,000 years. I still make it. I still make them. Because I'm not in it for that. Sure, it'd be great. Get more fucking subscribers and change more lives or help more people. I'm going to wipe my boogers. But I still just deliver the message that I know that's needed at hand. Or deliver the message that just kind of feels right to me. And it's for me. And it's for my kids. And it's for you guys. The ones that listen. And that's it. So don't hold back. You got something going on with your relationship. You got something going on with your kids or parents. Maybe there's something relevant in your life. A story that you have. Experience that you have that might help relate to them. Might make you feel like you're normal. Because you're probably a god to your kids. Or you're a god to your mentors, mentees. Bringing you back down to being human. Humanizing yourself is fucking awesome. I think that's one of my biggest traits is like, I'm just human. And I suffer. And I love. And I'm sad and I'm happy. I feel like those are the only emotions that I know right now. But it's all inside what it is I write and what it is I speak of. So hopefully you guys see it in a different light than what it is maybe you're thinking. And that's why I wrote the book and finally got it published out after years and years of just giving up. I was just going to give up. I was just going to give up the money. I was just going to give it up. I'm really happy that Gio is a great guy. Gio from First Book Done is a great guy. I met him at during a mastermind group, and just listening to his stories, he listened to my stories, and we just talked and connected during those times. Maybe 2 times a year. But he has a special talent. It's his talent of bringing your vision of what it is you want to see inside your book, and he brings it out, and it happens by asking the right questions and asking how you want to do it, how you should do it, or how he thinks it would be done, and getting the book into a publisher's hand and getting the book into the editor's hand. He takes care of it. Sure, you have your people that you work with. I had my editor first, edit it, and then after that, he had his editor look at it because, you never know. But those are the things you never think about when writing a book. First off, whoever thought about writing a book? He helps you do that. And he's just a good fucking guy. Most guys would have taken my money from 5, 6 years ago and just been like, no, it's too late. But he's my boy. And he helped me out. And he made sure that I didn't lose out because I believe that he knows that the message that I'm trying to portray is very important to me. And he made it happen. So I'm not going to plug him or anything. This is not like an ad. This is straight from the heart because he really helped me a lot make it happen twice. The first book was called Path to the Real Me in the time of where I was really good. I was a confident, motivational speaker type guy. That's when I was I don't know if it was, again, an episode or not, but I wanted to be a motivational speaker. My YouTube videos were very popular then. It took a great spike, and I really enjoyed motivating people. And that's what that book was. Would I change it now? Probably. It was fucking 10 years ago. Path to the Real Me. It's pretty much talking about my past and how I fucked up and how it's, you have issues and we all have problems and we're all going to get through it. To this one, I'm not okay, is the most horrific thing I've been through. But still here and doing it, trying to at least help someone live through their pain, live through their suffering for another year, 10, 1,000. Another year. I hope it's not a year. Forever. How about forever? That's what I meant to say. 1 year. What a dick. But thank you, Gio, from First Book Done. He's on Instagram, First Book Done. You can check it out. If you had any interest in doing so, definitely check it out. All right. I'm going to take a quick break because my mouth feels like I smoked 707 headband, which is a type of pot. Bye. March. March is a big month for me. Not only is it the New Jersey State tournament, that's why I always loved March, was because the New Jersey State wrestling tournament, because it just meant a lot to me. It's really watching a lot of my kids that I would coach, his dreams come true. You go there to support them and make them hopefully live their finest moment on that day. It's also when I opened up Krank. March was the time that I opened up and made my dream come true. March was also when I started personal training again, back in 2007. Full time. That's when I took it on full time. When I first started, I remember it was probably 1998 was when I first got certified. And then March was COVID. It's funny how 1 month has a lot of shit inside it that involves my life. So it is the anniversary. What is the exact date? I believe it's the 13th, but I don't want to, I could be wrong because I could be way wrong. But I could be right. It could be 25th. I don't know. I forget. But I'll never forget the first time that I decided to open up the gym. And it was because I just wrote a goal down. I wrote down something in my book called Goals, and that was that I'm going to open up my own gym within a year, and that was in February. And then I reread it a couple months later while I was training and just kind of like trying to go over my goals again. I was like, oh shit, I said I was going to open up a gym in a year, and I have a couple months left to do so. Bang. I just fucking went on Craigslist. I found the listing. I found it in Nutley. It was the right amount that I can handle. It was just the right space when I visited it because I didn't have to get any variances on it. It was already a gym back in like the 70s and 80s, so it turned out to be okay. And I just jumped in there on 386 Franklin Avenue, Nutley, New Jersey, and it became Krank. Right now it's a boxing gym. Right now, the ones that took over after, it's a boxing gym. But for me, it was the start of my life. My second life. I don't know. Because wrestling was like the first one. That was the first love. Was I wanted to be a wrestling coach and a teacher. I didn't really want to be a teacher. I just wanted the schedule to be able to coach wrestling. Then after personal training and really falling in love with fitness in like 2007, 6, really fell in love with it in a different way that I opened in 2010. And I just had to do it. So that's how it happened in March. I just pretty much took all my chances and left the other gym to create my own. And it was a great ride. I think on Instagram, I'm getting a little nostalgic right now because I'm just watching videos all the time. It wasn't because of that, because Ames actually, Coach Ames, if you guys don't know, Coach Ames from Greenville Coffee. Not Greenville Coffee anymore, by the way. It's called Outsiders Coffee. He changed the name to Outsiders Coffee. So you'll see it on Instagram instead of Greenville Roasters. It's called Outsiders Coffee Roasters. And he called me up out of the blue. I thought he butt dialed me. And we were just talking about like, just the fun times. We're talking about coaching and, wish we had more videos. So ever since he said that, I went to, of course, hashtag best gym in Nutley, and I look through thousands and thousands of videos that I have, pictures that I've posted up from the past 10 years, 11 years. It's weird that this is the first year that I'm not celebrating an anniversary. It's weird that it's the first year that I'm not there for it. Not that it was ever, I never made it a big deal that we made it that long. But it just sucks. It's a shame that it's over. It's my choice. It's my choice. Right? With the factors at hand, it was my choice, I can say. Necessarily is my logical decision. If it was me, I had no family, I would have put myself in the dirt trying to keep that open. If I had no family, no Nat, I would have put myself in the dirt trying to keep that place open. Right? But what would I be? Would I be okay? It's a lot of questions that you can ask of what would happen if, or why did you. But we're here. I'm not living in the whys and ifs. I just say I miss it, for sure. So for the next couple of weeks, you might get a little, if you're on Instagram and I'm posting some things and you want to, want to see some old stuff, I'm probably going to post it up. Because it means that much to me. And it's always at the one place. So it's always from the garage. The garage moments was like a magical place. Something about that garage was great. It did everything it was supposed to do. I just couldn't hold on to it. realistically, 12 years it would have been. 12 years. Right? 12 years is when I realized touching my penis was cool. That's how... Think about that. 12 years when I was like, you know what? It's awesome. Touching my penis. So, Krank would have been open 12 years, and Krank would have been touching his own penis at 12 years this year. Hiding in the bathroom. Pulling out his wallet with the Hustler magazine pages ripped out. And spending a lot of time there, pretending like he's taking a shit. And wondering if my parents, even wondering if his, not mine, if his parents actually knew what was going on in there. 12 years. It's a long time. When I watch some videos, like recently, there's some people, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Who is that? Then, it takes a little while. I'm like, oh my God, that's him. Oh my God, that's her. I haven't seen her in forever. Some people are short-winded. Some people are there for a year. Some of them for a couple months. Some are there for 12 years. Some people are still there. Now, I'm fortunate enough to say that Krank is not dead. It lives in the hearts of a lot of people. It was something really special. And you still have Krank Brooklyn. They're still going. You have Krank Pompton Plains or Krank Sports Performance. You have We Strong in Florida now. And he was a Krank. That was Krank Jersey City. That was Krank JC. Of course, he's smart and moved away from the Krank name, of course. That was the best decision ever. And now it's his own. But you're still Krank Blood. He's still Krank Blood out there. And now you have Boost. Boost is doing his thing. Still Krank Soul. Still Krank in there. No matter what you do. It's part of us. The lessons learned, the fun you had, and just understanding the ethic of fitness and keeping it fun. Not being so serious about it. Why does it have to be so serious at times? You're just there to work out. You're gonna have a good time. Who gives a shit if, technique's off a little bit? You're fucking general pop human who works at a desk all day long. Who gives a shit? We're not gonna put you in a position where you're gonna get drastically hurt. But some people take it way too serious. Way too serious. It's a fucking gym where people want to go to kind of forget about their day. That's it. They want to go to a place where they don't have to think about their fucking life. Because their life is tough. And living is tough. And their jobs are tough. They just want to go to a place where they can say hi. And someone's going to say, how are you doing? And then we make them laugh. And then you get a great workout. And you feel good about yourself. For one time in your life, you feel fucking great about yourself. And then you have to go back to your life. But that was the escape. That's what Krank was. It was an escape. Escape of your own reality. Now, we always say it's it's a drug. It's your fucking drug, man. You're going to keep coming back. You're going to escape your life. It was that powerful. It was that cool. But it's gone. But it's no longer here. And that blows. That blows. And guys, you don't gotta call me and be like, are you okay? Is everything okay? I'm okay. Trust me, I'm okay. A lot of people don't believe me that I'm good. I'm good. I'm just remembering. And some people are like, well, just fucking forget about it already. Just move on with your life. Fuck you. Did you ever lose a dog? Did you ever lose a fucking pet? You're going to just forget about your pet? Krank was my child. It was my kid. I'll never in my life, ever, any moment, minute of the day will I ever forget it. Never. So if you're tired of me posting shit and you're tired of me talking about it, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because I don't care. because that shit's mine. And I loved it. So happy 12-year anniversary to Krank for showing me what it's like to have a lot of friends. To what it's like to have a lot of people that I actually care about. What it's like to care about so many people on so many levels. What it's like to be able to relate to 200 plus people. It's amazing. And you'll never forget it. Let me wear my Krank hoodie today. Look at that. It kind of fits because I lost fucking 12 pounds. So thank God. I mean, I still look like an emo kid with tight clothes, but I'm still wearing it. I got it here. I actually gave it to Nat. And Bo gave me some clothes, some old Krank clothes. I'm very happy she did. The gray hoodie's fucking awesome. It fits. I wear it. Nat wears it more now. Nat stole that shit, by the way. But I didn't think I'd be able to wear it again. But I can. Because I remember what it's like. I remember what it's for, and I remember what it stood for, even more importantly. I remember exactly what it stood for, and it stood for family. Friends and family you hang out with. When you come and work out, we literally just hang out, right? But we work hard. I'll tell you that much. We're working, especially when it comes down time to it. When we're doing skills and strength, yes, we're working, we're talking, we're working on detail. And then we get to our accessories. When we get to the finishers, we're working. We're working hard. Or fucking challenge days, we're working. And you're escaping because you have no choice other than to just work out and not worry about what's going to happen in the next 2 hours of your life. And I could say I miss it. I definitely do. I miss it with all my heart. But I'm here in Vegas. And I see that in the gym that I'm at now. For me, I can see how much our coach cares. How much our coach actually really gives a shit about each and every person that he trains. He doesn't let any flaw go by. There's some coaches that be like, yeah, it looked okay. He'll be like, good job. No, if it looked okay, he's going to make it look better. If it was really close to being there, he's going to make sure you get there. He's not just going to let it bypass and say, oh, that was good. And then have you having a false belief that your technique is on point. And it's not, because you're missing a little detail. Those are the little things that I see in him that I see in myself, as well as Coach Ames, Coach Matt, Coach Wayne, Fran Tan, Karen, fucking Neil. We got a lot of coaches. Holy shit. You're not going to fucking Romeo, Nick, Tom. Jesus Christ. How many coaches do we have? Is anyone else? Zach. I keep going down. I can't remember. A lot of coaches in one place. Did I forget anybody? Oh. But we see that. Well, I see that in him. And I see the community he tries to keep and build. People show up all the time. And then they hang out afterwards, talk shit, they go out to eat. Little things like that. Those are the things that count, man. I don't know if you're a gym owner or not, but those are the things that count. How about your workouts? Fuck your workouts. Workouts don't mean shit. Unless your detail to whatever it is don't mean shit at times. Right? But if you show you care using that detail, using that coaching to help someone with that detail, yeah, that's it. But you being a cocky fuck, now I'm just going to start fucking ranting about fitness coaches. Chill out. You don't know everything. Just calm down. Let people do their thing. They'll figure it out. You'll figure it out with them. When you're done, buy them a drink. That's what they really want. That's what they really need. Maybe a coffee if they're not a drinker. Okay, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna cut it close. I'm gonna come to a close here on episode number 38, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't, if you already pre-ordered, I already have them out in the mail. I have like 5 more over there that I have to send out today because I had to do it from USPS, and you know how that goes. It was fun signing your books. It was something. Let's see, whose is this one? This one's Daisy's. Daisy. She's Spanish. She's friends with Reina. They went to Seton Hall. She was part of Alpha Phi Delta. I don't know. Fucking Kappa Kappa Kappa. She was something. So right here, I signed it. If they could read my handwriting, and then I'll personally mail it to them. And then if anyone else just wants one, it's on Amazon now. Someone told me it was there and found it. So head over to Amazon.com for that. And if you guys want to, please help support the channel. You can go to Patreon.com. At first, we were doing like happy hours, but no one wants to show up anymore. So people just literally support the channel. That's it. I don't do anything extra. I give you early episodes. So they get the episodes a little earlier. They'll get some extra videos. I kind of think like they're tired of that shit already. So I just do what I can. And if you want to support Jersey to Vegas podcast, you can wipe my nose for me. And you can find out ways to do it on Patreon. Patreon.com/Jersey to Vegas. This is Pete, man. I will talk to you guys later. Episode 38. Hopefully we'll get a guest on soon. I contacted 2 people already that I'm excited to have on the podcast, but we'll see if the timing works out and we get it in. Otherwise, you can listen to me and my voice only, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary, Krank. I fucking miss you.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.